Advisory. Distinguished is not intended for all audiences. The following stories are true and may contain details that some find disturbing. Listener and viewer discretion is advised. Daniel Ken Inouye was born in Honolulu, Hawaii on September 7, 1924. At 17 years old, while still a senior in high school, Inouye witnessed the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. During this period, Daniel volunteered with the Red Cross and received a request to serve at Lunalilo Elementary School, which had been transformed into a Red Cross station. In that capacity, he provided care to civilians wounded by anti-aircraft shells that had landed within the city. Following the United States declaration of war on Japan the following day, Inouye accepted a paid position offered by his Red Cross supervisor, working as a medical aide at the station. Throughout the rest of his senior year, Inouye attended high school during the day, and worked at the Red Cross station at night. After graduating from McKinley High School, Inouye wanted to join the American Armed Forces, but he did not possess that right as a Japanese American. The United States Department of War had declared all Japanese Americans as enemy aliens, which stipulated they could not volunteer or be drafted for military service. But in March of 1943, U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt established an all-Nisei combat unit. Inouye applied and was initially turned down because his work at the Red Cross was deemed critical, but was accepted later that month. His unit shipped off to Italy in May of 1944 and he was promoted to sergeant within the first 3 months of fighting in the Italian countryside north of Rome. His unit was then sent to eastern France, where they seized the towns of Brière, Belmont, and Bifontaine from the Germans. In late October, the regiment was transferred to the Vosges Mountains region of France, where they rescued 211 American soldiers. Inouye received a battlefield commission to second lieutenant for his actions, becoming the youngest officer in his regiment. During the battle, a shot struck him in the chest directly above his heart, but the bullet was stopped by the $2 silver he happened to have stacked in his shirt pocket. He continued to carry the coins throughout the war in his shirt pocket as good luck charms. On April 21, 1945, his unit was tasked with attacking a German defense line in Europe. As they attacked, German machine gunners opened fire, pinning them down. Oddly, he was missing one of the lucky coins that had previously saved his life. During a flanking maneuver aimed at neutralizing German machine gun positions, Inouye displayed extraordinary bravery. Despite being shot in the stomach from a distance of 40 yards, he steadfastly continued the assault alongside his unit, successfully eliminating the first 2 machine gun nests. With his squad diverting the attention of the 3rd machine gunner, the wounded Inouye valiantly crawled towards the final bunker, closing the gap to just 10 yards. In a decisive moment, as he prepared to throw a grenade into the enemy bunker, a German soldier fired a grenade from a 30mm Ski-Spitzer anti-personnel rifle at Inouye, striking him in the right elbow. Though the grenade failed to detonate, the sheer force of the impact resulted in the amputation of most of his right arm at the elbow. The nature of the injury caused his arm muscles to involuntarily squeeze the grenade tightly via a reflex arc, preventing his arm from going limp and dropping a live grenade at his feet. This injury left him disabled, in terrible pain, under fire with minimal cover. Inouye's platoon moved to his aid, but he shouted for them to keep back out of fear his severed fist would involuntarily relax and drop the grenade. As the German inside the bunker began reloading his rifle with regular full metal jacket ammunition to finish him off, Inouye physically pried the live hand grenade from his useless right hand with his left, and tossed it into the bunker, killing the German. Stumbling to his feet, he continued forward, and shot at the remaining Germans with his Thompson submachine gun, one-handed, killing at least one more German before sustaining his 5th and final wound of the day, in his left leg. Inouye fell unconscious, and awoke to see the worried men of his platoon hovering over him. His only comment before being carried away was to gruffly order them back to their positions, saying nobody called off the war. By the end of the day, the ridge had fallen to American control, without the loss of any soldiers in Inouye's platoon. The remainder of Inouye's mutilated right arm was later fully amputated at a field hospital without proper anesthesia, as he had been given too much morphine at an aid station and it was feared any more would lower his blood pressure enough to kill him. 3 weeks later, on May 8, the war in Europe ended. In May of 1946, Daniel Inouye was honorably discharged with the rank of captain, after 20 months of rehabilitation. In 1962, he was elected to the U.S. Senate and was re-elected 8 times. On June 21, 2000, he received the Medal of Honor from President Bill Clinton. On December 17, 2012, Captain Daniel Inouye passed away at the Walter Reed Medical Center at the age of 88. According to the senator's congressional website, his last word was aloha. Daniel Inouye's body lay in state at the United States Capitol Rotunda on December 20, 2012. President Obama, former President Bill Clinton, Vice President Joe Biden, House Speaker John Boehner and Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid spoke at a funeral service at the Washington National Cathedral on December 21. Inouye's body was then flown to Hawaii, where it lay in state at the Hawaii State Capitol on December 22. The following day, he was laid to rest at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific in Honolulu, Hawaii. As of this recording, Daniel Inouye was one of only 7 U.S. senators to receive the Medal of Honor. Captain Daniel Inouye's exceptional service and valor were recognized with a host of prestigious awards and medals. Notable among these were the Combat Infantryman Badge, the Medal of Honor, and the Bronze Star Medal. He also received the Purple Heart with an oak leaf cluster in acknowledgement of his wartime sacrifices. His significant contributions earned him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and his World War II service, including campaigns like Rome Arno, Rhineland, and Northern Apennines, led to the European African Middle Eastern Campaign Medal with 3 service stars, as well as the World War II Victory Medal. Internationally, Inouye's recognition extended to the Philippines, where he was honored with the Grand Cross of the Order of Lacandula, the Grand Cross of the Order of Sikatuna, and the title of Chief Commander of the Legion of Honor. His achievements were also celebrated in Japan with the Grand Cordon of the Order of the Polonia Flowers and the Grand Cordon of the Order of the Rising Sun. Lastly, France awarded him the title of Chevalier of the Légion d'honneur, underscoring his global impact and widespread respect. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the stories and lives of military heroes. We hope you've been inspired and moved by their courage and sacrifice. We can't do this without your support. If you've enjoyed this podcast, we kindly ask that you continue to support us by spreading the word. Leaving a positive rating and review on your favorite podcast platform will help others discover these remarkable stories. Don't forget to like and share our episodes on social media. Your personal recommendation can make a significant impact. By sharing these stories, you play a vital role in honoring the bravery of our military heroes and ensuring their legacies live on. Together, let's continue to shine a light on the incredible men and women who have served and protected our nation.